Hi everyone. Hope you can see and hear everything all right. As always, there had to be a few issues before going online. I try to be on, YouTube also, but right in this moment, Restream experienced some issues with broadcasting. Of course, it had to happen right that moment when I wanted to go online. Hey there. Good morning. So we already have 10 people in here. That's pretty cool. 11 actually. That may be including me. Yeah. So how are you dealing today? Currently with the actual problem we're having? Are you still doing all right? Yeah, gaming and writing music. Yeah, I know. I figured that for a lot of us, there isn't much of a difference between life in isolation and and before or or after this. So yeah, just wanted to just talk a little bit about a few things, um, and not making music because I'm still finishing. Finishing a trailer album, and I'm doing pretty well. Actually, I'm almost done. So I just had to get my head clean a little bit of doing music and projects in general. And I thought we'd just do a little special and talk about a few opportunities. Sorry, just have to turn my headset a little bit louder. So, and talk about, opportunities, what we could do in these times, and to, just to build your personal brand a little bit, and just continue making music because continue making money because disregarding if it's because of that virus or not. I think it's just very important to pay attention to building that long-term goal, of building social networks and trying to get try to get some passive income, which is happening besides when, or especially, which is especially helpful when you are trying to make money with projects. You still need something to the side, just in case if some projects fail or you don't have any opportunity to find work. There's something which making me crazy right now. My laptop lost connection. Now we're getting back here. So I just wanted to see if everything works okay in the stream on my laptop, but it seems so. Yes, cool. So I'm just actually working on something like a big, resource. It's some sort of it's a course actually, which is dealing with all of these things. It actually came in pretty, it happened on accident that this whole entire virus thing started, because I was building this already before, but now it could be that it hopefully will be very helpful to some of you guys. But today I thought, I just have some time to kill. So I would love to talk about all these things, or most of these things I am putting down in this resource I'm writing about. So I'm writing a lot of stuff. I am recording a lot of videos also at the moment, currently in my spare time after doing, after writing music. So, but once this album is done, I just want to sit down and, get totally into it and record like the last remaining 50 videos or something. I still have to do 50 or 60. I'm not really sure right now. So, I just want to talk about most of these things I am dealing with in this course and all these things. Yeah, I'm just reading the chat. So yeah, some concerts canceled. I've already heard of some composers or musicians. They are not, or let's call them audio artists in general. They can't play live gigs. They can't work. Can't continue their typical work. I also had some kind of music teacher from Italy. He says it's like really, really difficulty. Because the students are not coming either to the place where the lessons or the lectures take place, and so it's kind of difficult to just realize. I'm also doing, besides my trailer album, some minor projects, but I'm not really sure. Some game projects and stuff. So I'm not really sure how this will turn out. Will these things be available? Will this all be released? So could something break down and not happening? May there be a lack of money which I would need to build, to sustain my life and stuff like this. So I just want to start talking a little bit about a few points. And actually, I'm just opening the website where I just build my course. So I'm just getting into the lessons, because I hopefully want to get through as much as possible from all of these lessons right now, talking about the most essential things. So what I actually have seen a lot is that audio artists in general, just trying to look for work, and I'm always thinking, why don't you start creating this on your own? Why are you looking for work? I mean, of course, this is important. You can't just create a game and compose music, or just direct a movie and then make it happen. This is not possible. But I'm not talking about this. So let's put it in other words. So many people rely on just finding work only. They just using this one door of opportunities and just trying always to find work, to get hired on some project. And I think there is this entire different door of opportunities out there where you can just walk through and create your own stuff and make some money on the side. And eventually, sometimes it's just stressy when you just work on a project or something. But when you start creating your own stuff, you get energized, and you get really motivated and trying to come up with some awesome stuff. So therefore, you suddenly won't have a problem to work until the night at 2 or 3 o'clock, not because you have pressure and you have to finish something, but because you love doing it. You just get up in the morning. It happened to me, like getting up in the morning after 4 hours of sleep, completely thrilled at 8 or 9 in the morning, which is pretty untypically for me, to be honest, and start working. And not hey Dev, stay Dev, not that much. We are just like into 16 minutes already. So I'm just explaining what I want to talk about, and talk about some opportunities from finding and creating work, and maybe get into a few topics you guys probably didn't think about. Some are very obvious, but then again not, because let's give you a typical example. So what I want to talk about first is that you typically see, including me, people saying, just start building your YouTube channel. And then it happens that people just share video, what they produced, and that's it. So they have just one video on there, and then they bring like the next video a month later. And I always think, just compare it to some guy, driving with a bus. They get at the bus station in the morning, and then like 20 people on that, and sometimes like 15, sometimes 30, sometimes just 5, depending on the weather and stuff like this. So they are all standing on that bus station waiting for the bus, and they have like 15 minutes to kill. So there's this, let's say, a composer coming along and just standing there, and then he just says, buy my album, this is my new album, just buy it. It's just available on iTunes. And then people saying, so why the heck should I buy that composer's, or a musician's album? Why should I do it? Where's my relationship to that guy? I can't connect anything. So why should I do it? And then let's roll this from kind of another place. Let's switch this thinking. Imagine you would be that composer and getting on that bus stop and simply, start talking to the first person, saying, hey, what are you doing? I see you every morning. Just let's have a little bit of a chat. We're all standing next to each other, not talking, maybe nodding or something. Let's just get a little bit into small talk. Doesn't matter how you start. If you just stand there and just, nice weather, huh? Or rainy day, whatever, just however you start. And then you're just getting, interested in what that person does. And you're just trying, eventually at some point that person has a little bit of a problem and you can offer your help. What can you do for this person? And then you start, did you ever think about this, or had you ever considered doing this or that? And then the other person may say, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I may try that, because maybe that person is trying to get into a little bit of DJing or whatever. But you could just say, hey, I know about sound cards, so maybe you switch this or that. So then you start on the next day talking to someone else. So maybe the first guy you talk to gets into that crowd. So you're like 3 guys talking right now. So you get this little networking thing going. You start talking with all these people. So now apply this back to your YouTube channel or Instagram channel, whatever out there, and you would just do this once a month. So after you come back after a month, there would be someone. There would be, yeah, I'm trying to give my best compensation, seriously. Just reading. There was no stream last week. Yes, I was so busy. I was just trying to finish that album. I had to do so much for this, and hopefully will be released soon. So I'm trying to give my best today, not in the musical sense, but trying to inspire you guys, eventually come up with an idea after this and saying, I never thought of this, I should try this. I'm totally pumped right now. So let's get back to that example. Imagine you have this one composer getting on that bus stop, and after a month, so that you were talking to one or several guys, and then you come back after a month. So the chances are pretty great that this, that the other guys forgot who you are, and or hardly remember what you were talking about. But imagine you do this every 3 days or every week, and then you will get noticed in this crowd of people. So, or if doing this every day, so you come back and talking to these. So after a while, everybody knows you, and then if you would say, what, if you're interested, rely that, of course, to the example of building your YouTube channel. You just say, I just finished an album, so here's the first track for free. You can download it right here. And all you have to do is visit the video description down below and hit the download link. And then you eventually lead people to a sign-up form where you can just ask for their email. I mean, the thing is, you're giving something away. The last thing you could ask for is just the return by asking for the email address. And of course, I mean, if you then follow some, strategy behind that by saying after 2 or 3 days of sending out an email automatically, of course, to that person asking, hey, how did you like my free track? By the way, if you want to get that album, you can use a special discount or whatever, and you get it for $7.99 instead of $9.99 or something like this, something in that range. I guess my good guess would be that you will eventually sell more music than just stumbling in somewhere and saying, hey, buy my album. And this is what a lot of people doing. They just get online on social networks, and they're just providing, look what I have done, look what I've worked on, look what I was able to do. Today I wrote my most awesome track. I'm so thrilled. Nobody cares about this. This is something, of course, this is cool to create some kind of tension, but in general, no one cares if you just finished an album. Why should anyone buy your album? So you have to turn this a little bit around and say, okay, just try to get people's attention by offering something for free. And I'm not saying you should give away your entire album for free, but I think you guess you get you understand what I'm trying to say. You're just trying to offer something for free. So if you do that all the time, and if you just do this regularly, this is the most important thing of all these things. If you do that regularly, then it all starts to make sense. So if you are, for example, a composer and you want to sell your album, don't simply just jump to Facebook and say, hey, my new album is out. Just get it here, $9.99. So why the fuck should I spend $9 on your music I have never heard before? Maybe I can, maybe I stream it. Of course, I can go to Spotify. I just want to say Shopify, but it's kind of funny that the names are so similar. But I mean, you get the idea. So you just should create, how do you say? You should grab the attention of all these people. You just have to find people who are interested in what you have to offer. So if it comes to music, you can do this. This would be one strategy out of many. And my classical example is if you are a piano player and you're a composer also, which happens to be a lot of people, they are at least playing some instrument. So most likely it is piano probably or guitar. And then you're just thinking about how to get money, how to get hired for a project. So why not turn this around and saying, hey, you already learned something. You already spent as much money as possible. So just think about this for a second, that you say you build your YouTube channel by providing one video every week, and then you're just offering a free lesson to your piano course down, of course, for free. People can sign up for this. So you spend some time, you spend like 2 or 3 months in building this in the background without letting anyone know. You just build it, and then you provide like 1 or 2 videos for free, or maybe a pre-lesson, maybe it's a PDF which could be helpful for following the course, whatever you want to do. So this is how you can create some attention. And if you don't talk about your course all the time, you just mention it during your videos. What you do in your regular videos, you upload to YouTube, is just making music. You just create some music. Maybe you're improvising something. Maybe you do this for like 5 minutes, and then you talk about, you're playing something for a minute, and then afterwards, for the last 3 or 4 minutes, you just explain what you did. Maybe you're just writing a track, which is like a snippet of 30 seconds, and you're talking about a build-up, or you talk about a final part, you talk about an intro of a classical track, you talk about whatever, like string ostinato building or a percussion loop or whatever. But always in your video description, you have like that little link sitting there and saying, if you're interested in learning to play piano, how I did, or what my approach was, or an approach I developed as a piano player, just go down in the video description, download my link to that course. Visit my link and download that first free lesson to my course. This is how you create this attention. And inside your mailing list, you will find just only people who are interested in what you do. That doesn't necessarily mean that you sell something to each of these people. You usually say that you sell something like 1%, maybe a little bit more of what you send out. But you just have to find out. But it is just better than just going on Facebook and just, providing your music. So let me just read. Let me just get into the chat, because that makes a little bit more sense than when we're just chatting here, that we just have some time to get into all these things you guys are writing. It's not slate deaf, so state deaf. I've made a lot of music. I was never able to share it with anyone because of insecurities. Yesterday I posted my first track on my Instagram channel. I assume so. I don't even know if people liked it. But no, I think of it, it doesn't matter as much as my sharing does. That's exactly the thing. You don't have to, forget all these issues about, is it worth showing, writing or publishing my music? I mean, just do it. You totally don't give a fuck about what everybody thinks about you, how good you are. If somebody else released an album recently who is much better than you, it all doesn't matter. Because I mean, the thing is, I could also say, I hope I am not saying this without sounding arrogant, but you're listening or you're watching my stream. There are 13 people, 14. Hey, Ryan, Thomas, hey, how are you? So there are you guys watching my channel right now. Why you do this? There are other streamers, there are other composers who are 1,000 times better than I am. I have no problem by admitting it. There are so many people out there being better than me. They play better guitar, they write better music, they have a better English accent. So all these things, but I am like I am, and this is why people watch me. So it's not necessarily just the things I talk about, it is also who is telling this, who is talking, and how does this person talk about this. So if there would be if I would be some asshole sitting here like me, just you know playing something, and then a question would come up and it say, "Yo, shut up, let me just play my stuff, bitch," something like this. This wouldn't make sense. So, and this is not me. So you just have to think, if you release a track, if you release a video, if you release whatever, a piano course, a guitar course, if you are selling sample libraries, or you just try to come up with some sample productions, and you just want to sell this for like 19 euros or something, as I do, then just do it. If you are convinced that there is something to it what you are doing, you will also find someone who is interested in what you have to offer, and this will always happen. So the thing is, if you think it is not worth that you release something, and right in this moment you just kill an opportunity, you just maybe kill an entire career. And self-doubt is actually, without a doubt, is probably the thing, the issue inside our brain which killed more opportunities, more ways to make money or to be successful. And I'm not just about talking about being successful or making money, but killed more opportunities than everything else. More careers, maybe foundations of building entire companies. I'm not really sure if somebody would say, or a lot of people would just having followed their dreams, maybe today there would be entire empires up here. Let me just. Oh, you can't see it anyway right now, so I'm just having to close my Steam window because the last thing I want to see is like everybody, seeing all these pop-ups from Origin or Steam or whatever. So yeah, getting back to it. So yes, so all these lots of opportunities have been killed by yourself because you think there is someone better than me. So you just create and love what you do, and you just show it to the world, and there will be always someone who is interested in what you do and have to offer. Let me just read again. Siebenklang, you said, so of course you mean I should share some information of how to compose, and that for a few weeks, and stay in contact with the people that I can sell some of my works better. So in general, I just mean that if you want to build your YouTube channel, for example, just to stick with one example, just do what you love every week. Or maybe if you have the time to kill. I mean, now, ironically, it's the best time because maybe there are some, sadly, some jobs being canceled or whatever, or you're sitting at home and you can't leave the house, so you just have to do something. And of course, you have to play games. You have to, just sit down and relax for a moment and meditate and do nothing and just sit on the couch and just let it just rush all out of your head what is happening right now. But at some point, it just helps. And it even helps more when you just have the time to create a video every day. So just assuming you are a composer, you're sitting at home and you just do a little video of like 5 to 10 minutes and you share some information. You share a recent track you wrote. You just bought a sample library. You just want to do not a full review about it, but just give people an idea of how it sounds like. And then right in this moment, just kill all these things coming up, these self-doubts. There are other YouTubers who are doing it way better. I'm not really sure how I talk or how I speak or how I, look or act in front of a camera. This all doesn't matter because this is also very important point. You have to kill these things. If I would sit in front of the mirror and saying, hey, how I move my mouth, it looks kind of funny, and it sounds too. And although all the time that switching between, having these German thoughts and just, converting it to English, and some things work better than others. And then you have these, I don't care about this because this is how I am. And the thing is, you guys know me like I am, but the only person, and this sounds a little bit funny, the only person who doesn't exactly know myself is me, because I'm having that bonal transmission of my vocals, of my voice. I'm having all this connected. The skin and my bones is connected to my eardrum and everything. So you have all these internal transmissions, and you probably just probably remember this when you recorded yourself for the first time on tape, for example, as a kid, and then you listen to it and say, "Oh my God, this is how I sound. This is really how I sound. This is terrible." No, it's not terrible. It's like all of these 6,999,999 people on this planet experience you. You are the only person on this in this entire universe who is experiencing like terrible, or "Oh my God, this is how I sound like." Everybody else is used to what you do, Oh, yeah, we all want to become famous. Yeah. So this is very good advice. Don't buy followers. Yeah. Can I just leave it here as a good example. So, yeah, seriously, buy followers, primers, and viewers. Yes, just buy followers. This is the best thing to ruin your career right away. So thanks for this example, and good luck on other channels. I'm not, so yes, Ryan, exactly. Everybody wants to know the person behind the music. This is simply, this is the only thing to care about, to know why what you want to release is worth something, or worth a lot, because people don't just care about the topic itself, or about the music itself. They want to know who did this music. And you experienced this probably. I remember when I was a kid, and I just saw Hans Zimmer for the first time, a picture of Hans Zimmer. And or maybe I was a little bit more grown up, and because when I was a kid, I didn't care about film composers or anything. I just watched something and wow, cool. So, but later on, when I saw that first picture of Hans Zimmer, this is how he looked like. I think I remember it because the first time it jumped to my mind, I was in the theater and watching Hannibal, I think, and Hans back then did the score. And I was really amazed by the music because it was so emotional. And then I was interested who Hans is. I didn't know him back then. I mean, I heard his name many times, but I didn't care, And then the first time I just saw his picture and said, "This is how the guy looks like who did the music, who did this music." And then it all started to connect with each other. And I had this better picture. And this also happens, let's say, on a when you call it like famous people wise, on that scale somewhere here. This is what also happens with your music. If somebody's interested in what you have to offer, they will check out your name. They will check out how you look like. They will check out how you write your music. And this is why you have your YouTube channel going. And so this all makes sense. If you just sit there, for example, you write in an extreme example, you publish, you just take 1 hour of your day and you just do a video and you just cut it together to like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and then you upload it. Maybe you on advance do like 4 or 5 videos. So you have a little of buffer time, so just in case if you have like an appointment or something and you can't, or a lot of work coming in suddenly because of your videos, maybe that somebody wants to hire you. So you have a little bit of a buffer. So as a first suggestion, I would say just once a week, do a video once a week, maybe do like 3 or 4 videos right in advance, and just release some video, or you could upload them all and schedule them for the best time. And it's really worth it. YouTube gives you a lot of suggestions, and you can find a lot of information about what's the best time to release something on YouTube. So technically, it's always like something in between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. because this is For me, for example, it's the guys from from the US just waking up. This is like after work in my country, in Germany. And you also reach the people in Russia and more, like China and all the countries spread upon the channel, on the planet. And so this is probably your best time to post something. And yes, so maybe on the weekend, when a lot of people have time to kill. But currently, you should realize that it's a complete, a complete, how do you say the word? An exception because of the virus, because a lot of people are just sitting at home. And it's also pretty unusual that I have like 14 people watching the stream at like 6 p.m. my time, 6:30 p.m. So this clearly shows, usually it's like maybe 5 to 10. I never actually went on the weekend. It should be much higher, of course, because everyone has a little bit more time, but you have to find this out. So let's stick with these and just shoot. If you guys have questions, just shoot it. The next thing I want to talk about, and let's stay for YouTube, with YouTube for a second, are 3 or 4 very essential things. When you upload your track to YouTube or your video, it happens a lot of time. Let's do this in the example, and I think you can relate to what I'm trying to say. People upload a video to YouTube, and then they just say, like whatever, Frozen Dream. Just, that you just uploaded a track and you talk about a track which is called Frozen Dream. So, but somebody's reading this. Is he talking about ice cream? You may laugh right now because this is what is Frozen Dream? What does it mean? Is it like a trailer for a new TV series? Is it a movie? Is it a concept? Is it a new book you're talking about? Nobody knows what Frozen Dream is. So if you just name a track Frozen Dream, it doesn't say anything. But if you change that title to epic, let's say just as an example, to epic, powerful orchestral music, Frozen Dream, nobody cares if this is just the exact title of your track. Nobody actually would care about the track name in general. You could write this in a video description. But if you just write epic, powerful, or epic, emotional, or powerful, emotional music, or, so kind of that, you just use Google and look for or use YouTube and look for these terms, how like all these tracks are named. You find so much information out there. Just don't name it Frozen Dream or something, just Elusive Light, whatever, all these things, or Illuminating Night or whatever. So nobody knows what this is. But if you really put it as precise as possible. So I realized that I can tell you an example. When I released my little guitar library, which is called Infinitar, which is basically like infinite recorded power chords. So basically you can loop them. And I thought this is kind of funny. This is just a little idea I had. So I did a library of that. And I named that video, String Theories Infinitar. So String Theories is my little sample library store's name. And I was just releasing this. So, but then later on, I just changed it to, powerful guitar or powerful electric guitar contact sample library. And then I eventually put the Infinitar in the back. I'm not really sure right now. I would have to check. And then I put a little link to it that people could download a freebie. And I was just, getting a lot of people signing up to my mailing list. And because they downloaded the freebie, because the title was, let's say, findable on YouTube. People were looking, for example, for guitar library or a contact guitar library, and they stumbled upon my video. And this happened because only I changed the title. Now, the next thing is all these tag sections. You have below uploading the video, you have all these sections. The title, you have the upload section of the video, you have the tag section down there. You have 500, 500 signs, 500 letters below that. Make use of all of these and just don't put guitar, for example, or let's make this as an example if it would be like a free lesson of a piano course or something. Just don't make it music, audio, sound, piano, just use long search terms like how to learn piano. Just use these things, music composer lesson or something like this. So use YouTube. If you put a search term, this above, when you search for a video and you look for something, you search for something, then you see like these suggestions. These are always suggestions of the most searched terms of people. So if you type something with piano or something, or free piano, you just see something coming up. We could just, you know what I'm trying to say. If you use the search bar on YouTube and you just put that in, and you see all that stuff appearing. So use these things. Use also all these 500 terms you have, because I'm seeing that so many times that people, I'm using a little plugin. Actually, it's called vidIQ. Yes, the Suchvorschläge, right? So I use a little program in, which is a little add-on, a Chrome add-on. It's called vidIQ. I can just leave that in the channel here. It is written like, this. And I'm curious. I'm not really sure if all this is if this stream is already also sending on YouTube, but I think it's just I think they didn't fix the problem in the meantime. So anyway, it's a little tool. There's a free version to it, and you can also have a paid version and several stages of paid versions. But so you can see tags other videos used or other people put into their videos. You can't see private information, of course, but you can just see the tags, because this is also something which would be freely available in the YouTube algorithm if you just would look at the source code or whatever. And you see people uploading their videos and they don't provide tags at all. They don't do anything, or just write music, audio, sound, composer, and that's it. So like 4 or 5 tags. So all these tags are really important that for the video suggestions. So if somebody watches a video about a free piano course or something, and they finished that video, there will be a suggestion of the next videos, or based on your searching patterns, you will receive suggestions in the top. So all these things are really important. All these tags are really important, because then people will see your video. And also it's helpful for the search terms. It's not just the title, of course. It's also important that if you have these tags in there, that you can also use the search bar, the Suchvorschläge, to put it in German, to make use of these tags in order to have people finding your videos better. The next thing would be make use of, or just sit down and try create some thumbnails. You see all these videos where you have like big, shiny, happy faces, 10 tips to whatever, just check the video. You just look at the video, just to watch the video, check out what I did. And people do this for a reason, because imagine you have like this, you can looking for Cubase tutorials or something, and then you just see a bunch of just funny faces somewhere, very tiny funny faces somewhere in the corner of your video. And then the rest is, Cubase GUI, the user interface. So if you just look at this picture right now, where's something which really is interesting? You don't even know what's going on there. And you would say, yeah, you have the video description for this, but some things are embedded. Some videos are embedded, or a lot of videos are embedded in other blogs or WordPress pages or whatever. And you don't have the description below. Of course, you have an inside description, but if you're on a cell phone and the title is a little bit longer, you can't really see what's going on. So everybody should be able to see from the thumbnail itself, from the graphic, what is going on in that video, what is happening. And if you check YouTube and you just type in Cubase tutorials, you see a lot of pictures which catch your eyes right in this moment. So just try to create an eye-catching or uniform looking, when you are trying to create, when you are recording videos and you're publishing videos, just try to create some uniform, maybe put your logo into it. I'm still experimenting around with it a bit. So if you check my channel, you see all kinds of thumbnails. but I'm just trying to find out, which ones are best. So it's a constant research for me. But this is very helpful, or it's all better than just showing another, digital audio workstation user interface, some tiny little webcam picture in the lower corner somewhere. This doesn't do anything. So the next thing would be the end. You have these end cards. So when the video finished, you have one option when you want to publish your video is the end cards. So these end cards, you want to put a video you also did. So eventually you have a video you uploaded and you were just improvising piano. Your next video you dedicated, or one of the previous videos you dedicated to introducing that free lesson you are offering. You're talking about that free piano lesson, for example. So you want to put one of these end cards, you want to use them to just put in a link which is leading to that video. Maybe you have a little bit of a series going on and you have like 3 or 4 videos related to one track where you talk about the strings maybe first, then you talk about the brass, then you talk about the woodwinds and the percussions, and then you talk about the mix and the mastering, for example. You want to link all these videos. Of course, you have to go back to the previous video and link this to the following video. So there's a little bit of work involved with also older videos. So you want to do this, So let me just quickly. I was just blabbing. Yeah, I just record this video and I will upload it to YouTube. I hope that I was able to stream to YouTube today, but there is some internal API stuff going on. It seems to happen that there is always, which is self-fulfilling prophecy, which is actually bullshit. But sometimes, even I have to just say, it appears that every time I'm going, to stream something, set something up, that something is happening, which comes in, in between. But probably they will be fixed. Well, they will have it fixed like next week or next time when I go online. Okay. So let me just check the list here of my little stuff here. And but the most important thing is, and there are some other things, should take care of when you build your YouTube channel. So most of the people, they receive quite some reaction because you are asking questions in the video. Maybe you want to know about something else. So just answer in the comments below. People feel always triggered by a question. If they are interested, they're going to answer. And then people who uploaded this video totally didn't care about all these comments below. So you should always you should always like comments. You just answer and reply to these. Maybe eventually put in another question to get that user in again. All this is creating traffic. This is comparable maybe to, Facebook. You probably realized this on Facebook when you just, worked on some project and you posted this YouTube link and then you get like 5 likes and then you say, yeah, great, cool. Everybody seemed to be so interested what I, worked my ass off with during the last 3 months. And then you just take a walk and take a picture like taking a walk, and then you get like 200 likes. So there is another thing connected to this, why this is happening. We are getting later to this. But then you realize somebody is replying to that video you posted a long time ago. Maybe it's like 6 months ago. Somebody finds this video on your YouTube, on your Facebook wall. We are on Facebook now. And then they just write a comment, and then suddenly you receive like another 5 or 10 likes, and suddenly there's traffic going on. This means that because a person replied to that video and eventually, or to that Facebook post, and you eventually answered this Facebook post or liked his comment or her comment, and then you're pushing this up like a little bit like a forum bump when you write on a forum, and then there is a next reply, a next post coming on, so it will be bumped to the top. This is something what happens on YouTube too. So you want to make sure that you pay attention when people react to your video, and you also want to get into that comments and be thankful and reply it. And one other very important thing is, don't care about if there is a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The only thing the YouTube algorithm takes care of is if there is activity happening. So I'm not really sure if it happened. It looks like, um, I'm not really sure, but I heard it from someone, and it was a little bit of a reliable source. I have like 5 or 6 videos on my YouTube channel who have a lot of negative reviews. This happened during a hacker initiative. Let's say somebody hired people from somewhere, and and that person paid money to attack my channel. So you see like 5 or 6 videos on my channel which have like 30 or 40 dislikes. And I was kind of worried because it looked like that person would destroy my YouTube channel. But then later I was just digging into that matter of just trying what dislikes or likes actually do to your video. And the only thing the Facebook algorithm takes care about is activity, nothing else. They absolutely don't care if you get like 200 dislikes. Just be happy inside and know this created attention. And if you reach that many dislikes, you at least did something right in terms of creating attention. So, and it could also happen that a lot of people, that this will be exposed to a lot of people, and then suddenly you will receive more likes or whatever, so totally don't care about this. The only thing that happens is that that the algorithm cares about activity. And so actually that person who tried to damage me by sending these group of hackers to my channel, or this group of people, did me a favor. He just paid money to boost my channel. So this is pretty cool, actually. Right. So what else do we have? Now, you may have experienced in the channel section. I'm just going roughly through this. In the channel section, if you check the preferences of your channel in YouTube, you can put a little watermark. It usually appears somewhere down here in the video, where you see a little logo sometimes. But there is also an opportunity to put in a big subscribe button. So you've seen that from my videos. If you check out my channel, there is no watermark of my logo, but there is just a big subscribe button inside the video. If people hover over this, they can instantly subscribe to my channel. And this will also bring you lots of subscribers, because sometimes, well, I'm just throwing my water bottle around. So this is another opportunity to build your subscribers, because sometimes, as I said before, your video may be embedded to another page, but what they will always see is that little subscribe button. And if you see something constantly all the time, nobody cares about your fancy logo, especially on this point. It doesn't absolutely matter. It's cool that you have a logo. It's very important for your personal brand to be recognizable, that people really notice you, that they can connect all these track. If you upload an album, that you have your logo on there, or your YouTube channel, your website. This is very important, but especially on this point, nobody cares. Just put like a big subscribe button in there, and you should probably see something happen. So if you follow these things, and the most, I could say it in a rough way, the most why 90% of you will then fail is because you're not getting this regularity, this consistency going on. I still have some trouble with that, because I was just finishing working on that album, so I didn't have much time to post videos. But once this is over, once this album is released or finished from my side, I will definitely make sure to post either to stream several times a week, or to at least try to come up with 2 or 3 videos per week. And you will see that your activity will be rising when this happens. So I could just switch for a moment, switching to my DAW screen, and I could maybe give you a little bit of an idea. And you would also be surprised about seeing my monetization money I'm getting. But I just want to pull that up for a second here and give you a little bit of an oversight on my. Okay, so I just have to make sure that I'm not sharing any, well, just anyway. So hope you can see that all right. This is actually what happened during the last year. Okay, so you can see, and this is, please don't laugh, this is the monetization money you get for a full year. But just be aware that my monetization probably happened, yeah, like I think at the end, because I had to get to that 4,000 watch hours. But you can see clearly when I started to publishing more movies, more videos here, that my my interaction, my view count just raised up, and also my watch hour. I mean, basically everything. Also, my monetization went up and everything. So this is what happens if you do this consistently. I could do it for like the last 90 days. So you can see that when I, posted like 4 videos here, but then you can see that I'm definitely posted more videos in this period here. So it's 2 videos here, 2 here, 4 videos here, 2 here, 2 here, another one here. So, but at this time it's just 1, 2, 1, and 2 again. And also the distance, let's say the interval of sharing videos is way higher. So, yeah, back to 90 days to 365. So if you do this, and if I would do this on a daily basis, if I would upload a video daily, I would definitely get past the 1,500 very quickly. So let's go back to the chat here. And where's my chat window? Yes. So yeah, we'll probably invest it in my business again. No, but I know it's definitely not a lot of money, and this is another thing, which brings me to the most valuable thing. What is going on YouTube? And you probably would be surprised, but the video description is the most powerful thing when it comes to YouTube. And the reason I'm saying this is because you can put so much in there. Regarding the Junkie XL giveaway, I will take care about that, not in this video, but I will talk about this. Not talk about it, but care about announcing the winner afterwards, because I just have to do some manually fiddling. I was, doing some, I had my daughter still until like 3 p.m. because there is no school currently. So I had to, how do you say, like, put her in. I was just about to make that joke about putting her into a package and sending it over to her mom, which is not living far away. But so I wasn't really able to do anything. But I will take care of that later on. Yes. There are many strategies. You also see that reaction videos will get a lot of response when you see like people reacting to, for example, Billie Eilish, like Hans Zimmer, the James Bond theme, vocal coaches, for example. If you do these videos, I'm really tempted to try this, to just go into reaction videos, but I'm not really sure if I would. Yet I'm not really sure what I should talk about. If I would talk about metal bands, I would really, probably have some people getting interested in what I do. But most of the guys, of the subscribers on my channel, are composers. So I'm not really sure if people would be, or most of them would be interested in metal bands. It could also be about game music. It could also be about movie music. But then again, you would get in kind of a, into a thing with all these record companies. So I'm not really sure if I should do it. Yeah, talk about my sugar. This would be awesome. So yeah, also just do a trend search. Just try to look for what is really trendy and just apply it to your business, as with everything. And this is one thing I just wanted to let you know, coming back to the video description. This is very, 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 very powerful, because inside your video description in YouTube, on no social network, you have as many opportunities to put something in one post as on YouTube. So if you check my video descriptions of my videos, I have my Patreon account in there, where just recently set up a Patreon account where it offers several tiers from just like the $1. I can just post it down here if you want, just putting the link to the Patreon account so you can see all the tiers I'm talking about. And I'm putting this into every YouTube video, actually. So if you, for example, or to put it with other words, this is the best opportunity to have the best advertising opportunity, because every day, assuming you do a video every day you get the opportunity to post your link to your Patreon account on YouTube, and you just wrap it up in a video, and eventually you just, refer to it like in the very beginning. By the way, if you're interested in personal coaching, just check the video description below and visit and check out my Patreon account. So imagine you do like a video every day and you're having your Patreon account in there, your website, your blog, your store, your sample library store, everything. Or what is the best thing after, well, let's say the second best thing would be maybe a link to your free piano course also. And you just talk about this in this video for a quick time. By the way, if you're interested to download the first lesson for free to you, and just hit my video description and download it. If you are interested in buying my PDF on Amazon, if you are interested, blah, 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 you can offer anything in this video description. So I went one step further, which is not really, actually, this is wrong by saying I went one step further than everyone else, because it's not true. I just did something what many people do. I signed up with Amazon affiliate, with its affiliate program, and I just put everything you can see in this video right here. I put my Procaster in here. I put the keyboard here. I put the you can't see it right here, the fader port, the CC121. I think I put even the Matrix Brute. I put my headphones. I put everything in there, just fucking everywhere. I'm just having my studio. I even put my camera in there, the key light, which I can, impressively demonstrate how I can turn off and on my light with a Stream Deck. I have my Stream Deck in here. If you watch my video, check my video description, you find all kinds of affiliate links on there. And for a lot of time, for quite some time, nothing happened. I was at some point seeing clicks coming in that people checked out my equipment. And during the last week, it happened. Somebody got off a buying rampage, an ordering rampage, and I think ordered stuff for like roughly 1,500 euros on Amazon. And because I'm not really sure if he was inspired or she was inspired by watching my video. You just see the data that somebody clicked something, clicked some of your links, and this person purchased something for like whatever, 1,500 roughly. So I was seeing that that I get a share of 3 to 5% from that amount. That person, because that person visited the link, then this person visited Amazon and started ordering stuff. Even if that person would come back 20 or 12 hours later and would continue, or then at this point start buying something off Amazon, it still gets referred to your, referral link, to your affiliate link. So what happened is that during the last week, or during the last, I don't know, last week or the week before, it happened that I got suddenly on my Amazon account, on my affiliate account, I got like 50 euros because that person ordered. And it's mainly, I think, about electronics, it's like 3 to 5%. So imagine this happens every week, that somebody on this planet purchases something because seeing in your video, you talk about something in your video. And this is another opportunity. So imagine you have like a little sample library store. You have a course in there. You have like affiliate links to YouTube, to Amazon. You make some good money with it, and you don't need to care about this monetization program on of YouTube anymore because it's just a joke. I think during the last month it was just like 20 euros, you know. So let me just read a little bit. Yeah, Germany is on lockdown totally. This is entire self-isolation. I was just about, you know, getting something from the Media Markt, which is our electronic store. But everything is closed. Yes, we have no school here going on, so everything is like stores are still open, and also you have you know, how do you say, like doctors and you know, emergency stations and everything. And also the great thing is in Germany is that if you have trouble being a self-employed composer, I recently have seen this from a buddy on Facebook. He was just stating that he lost, like, I think 2 projects because of the virus and the situation in general. I mean, he didn't lose money because of the virus. I mean, just, you know, that weird, like you say in Germany, Kopfkino, where you have like these weird thoughts that the virus said, I'm canceling the jobs. No, but I mean, he lost that money, and he got something back from the state. He was compensated because of the loss of the project. So he got money from that. Yeah, this is yes. Yeah, think about it. And this is what I really like when you check out YouTube, what other people are doing, especially when you check out channels of people with millions of subscribers or 100,000 of subscribers. What are they doing in their video? And the thing is also they are perfectly edited. You know, you have like a cool intro somewhere in the beginning. You have like this pop-up when say subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell and all these things. And they do it regular. They do it on a regular basis. They release a video every week or even every day. And there is one guy from the UK. I don't remember his name right now. He's talking about, you know, it's mainly focused towards bands and artists, musicians in general who want to, you know, release music mainly. And he's, I think, the only thing he's linking to in his video description down there is a book you can buy for £9, roughly like $10. On Amazon. It's a PDF. It's like not really like a PDF, but I think it's a real book. And I'm not really sure if you can just order it online or if it's like a physical book. But he's just, I think, yes, there is an Amazon whatever Kindle version for $9, and you can order it also as a paperback for like 14 something. This is the only link he has down there. He has, I think, 70,000 subscribers. Probably more right now. He's doing a video every day talking about something which has to do with music. I'm pretty sure that guy makes some decent money, even if just one person of his 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever subscribers, viewers of that video buys this little book. I think he makes some decent money. He's not maybe rich or something, but I'm pretty sure he can pay his rent, you know. Sure. Yeah, especially when you have like toilet paper affiliate links right now below your videos, and you're just trying to, you know, doing this like, excuse me for a second, I will be back in like a little bit. Then you probably you should get rich. I'm not really sure if what the percentage is of, you know, how do you say, like caring articles. So would I recommend YouTube instead of Twitch for those music tutorials? The thing is, YouTube actually is a video platform. Twitch is a live streaming platform. So there's a big difference between, because as you can see, let me just check where it is down here. Do you see this right now? I mean, it was related to Pettenhaus, which is the developer. And Andrea Pettenhaus is his name on Facebook at least. And he donated $50 because I did the video stream on the Funky Bass back then, like 3 weeks ago, I think. And we just talked about his library, Funky Bass and stuff like this. And surprisingly, he just donated me that money. And I also had people before donating me money. And the philosophy on Twitch is entirely different from YouTube. YouTube is that platform where people just upvote or downvote videos. They try to come up with funny, comments, and that's it. There is also something happening on the live sector, and actually I'm just thinking of getting back and streaming to YouTube also, because I don't want to upload the video all the time. I just want to have one playlist of live streams, and then come up and to have a little bit of a better separation between the live streams and the uploaded videos, because sometimes it's not really you can't really see right in the first when you listen visit my channel what is live, what is let's say edited. So the philosophy is different. If people subscribe on Twitch to you, they actually pay you money, like $4.95. It goes up to like I think 19 or 29 per month, and they get specific privileges. So the platforms are entirely different. And what I really like about Twitch is that it has this absolutely cool mentality that if you watch a stream, that it is live. And of course, I'm not really sure how, or actually, let me put it in a different way. I'm not really sure what, built faster during the last weeks, because I'm new. Basically, I'm pretty new on Twitch. I started this around beginning of this year, and my account is already at like 540 not subscribers, but people who are following me. There is a difference. So if you have followers on Twitch, it means that people let's say edit your channel, they are following you, they see you when you are live. And if you have subscribers, they are actually subscribing to your channel in order to get some privileges when they're writing something. Their chat is a little bit, like bold, more bold. If there is a slow chat, if you have like a lot of followers, like 10,000 people right now, the chat is running pretty fast. So you can get into a slow chat, for example, and then the people who are, or you could have an exclusive subscriber chat. You could have a exclusive subscriber chat, so just people who subscribe to your account can write in the chat. So you have all these funky things going on. I think YouTube is catching up with that because it realizes what it is missing on the live streaming sector. So yes, right. You could also link it, especially when using Restream. You could actually stream it to 3 platforms, but I did it once. I was streaming to Twitch, to YouTube, and also to Facebook. And for some odd reason, the resolution was just 720p. I'm not really sure what was going on. So I decided from then on that I will just stream to Twitch mainly, and if it works out in the future, I will also stream to YouTube. So I don't have to upload the video because there is not that much quality difference. So that was the Facebook section. So another thing, maybe it would be different. Yeah, let's move to the let's say a little bit more to the Twitch thingy, because if you want to stream and you want to have a good quality stream, so I think I consider my it's not like a cheap webcam sitting somewhere and I have some decent light going on. However, I wouldn't care too much. I wouldn't worry too much about a camera or a good web camera. The most important thing is light, because as I did before, I'm just turning off that light. And of course, if I would turn on my main light for a second, it would look kind of different, but not really that cool, because in the back, it's a little bit more, still a little bit cozy. And you see like all of these U lights behind my TV back there. And, here in the front, you see some stuff happening. This is the most important thing, that you have a decent light in your studio, that you are, crystal clear, like sitting in the center of that video. And there is a good opportunity also if you have a professional camera. This is what I did. So what I'm filming with right now is a Sony Alpha 6400. And this is not a cheap camera. It's a professional camera, actually. It's like what was recommended by, that camera was recommended by all these vloggers. They say the Sony 6400 is really, really cool. And just, as a side, if you're interested to check out that camera, you can just, once that video is uploaded to YouTube, you can check it out in the comments below. So I have it posted there. And I connected this camera with Camlink. You really have to write this down, because Camlink is a little dongle. It's a dongle-like tool. It's like a connection tool, not really a dongle. It's like, I think, $100. And you connect it to the HDMI output of your camera and put it into a USB 3 slot on your computer. So what happens, that you don't have to record anything on your camera. You don't have to fool around with SD cards and anything. You just stream that picture right onto your hard drive, or to like an external service like Twitch. And I mean, the best thing you can do is just make use all of these things. Just set up 1 or 2 hours in the week. Just fucking switch off your TV and just do something which is really fun and cool. I mean, I'm just saying this, of course, in a provoking and a little bit of a funny way. Just do it. Just go for it. Just sit there, talk about something, because this is such an exciting time. Because imagine if I would have all these opportunities back then when I was starting out, and not just by doing it, but just by watching it. This would have been so awesome. When I started out making music, there wasn't even YouTube. There was nothing. We just had forums. We were just sitting like some I'm just, of course, saying this a little bit with a grain of salt, but it felt like after the Second World War, everything was bombed down. There was nothing available. There was just some potatoes and some water and some soup, and that's it. So in a digital age, comparing this situation to a digital age, there was nothing. We had nothing. If you are German, you probably remember this when they said, "Ja, wir hatten ja nicht." This like, there was nothing around. We just had forums, we had chat rooms, and now we have these streaming platforms. We have YouTube, we have whatever powerful upload and download streams available, and internet connections. We can, I couldn't imagine that somebody sitting on the restroom with their cell phone watching a live stream of somebody sitting in their studio in 1080p quality. This is really amazing. And again, 90% of the people who are watching this right now will eventually fail by building their personal brand, by building their social networks, because they don't do it on a regular basis. And this is without pressure, because regular basis could also mean every 2 weeks, every week. It could also mean, of course, twice a week, 3 times a week, or every day. And if you have the time to spare, like 1 hour in the morning and sitting there before you just, come up with some music, just sit there and create a 5-minute video of talking about, I could grab my guitar right now and talk about an E minor 7 sharp 5. Just this one chord. Just grab my guitar, how beautiful an E minor 7 sharp 5 sounds. And you could just talk about what notes are in there, and you could play some inversions, or what you can do with it, what scale you could play on this. You have to be aware of one thing. And I don't mean this in a bad way when I'm saying this right now. But sometimes I'm shaking my head a little bit. I don't feel comfortable saying this, but when I watch a YouTube video, for example, and there is advertising coming up of a company or some guy offering MIDI files of chords, just let this sink in for a second. People don't know how to connect chords. I'm not like that guy who is like, doing all these jazz connections and building chord structures. And sometimes, I struggle with it, and where do I go next? And then you have an idea, then you're listening to something, but you can't really make it out in your head. Is it minor, major 7? Is it whatever, But there are MIDI files being offered on the web where people can connect like an A minor to an F to an G major chord. And this is kind of ridiculous. So if you sit down and you explain something like an E minor 7 sharp 5 account, you would think, man, this is easy shit. You just sell it. You just do a video about 4 notes you're using in a chord, and you're eventually talking about the Aeolian scale you can play on this chord. But it's really great information for someone who never heard about an E minor 7 sharp 5, or about, like, of course, Aeolian. It's just natural minor, but maybe just people heard natural minor. Maybe they can just play the pentatonics, but they're getting aware of the Aeolian scale and how to use it on an E minor 7 sharp 5 because of your video. And this person will be thankful and will, be thankful with a subscription or a thumbs up and following you. And this is how you build your followership. And nobody cares. You know how many chords you have available. I mean, we have just 12 tones, so there is obviously a limit, but you could spend an entire year of creating footage just about talking about chords. And now go ahead and just think about how many videos you could do by just connecting 4 chords. Just give people an inspiration. Hey, today we're talking about, like a simple blues connection. Today we're talking about, like D minor G7 C major 7, about a simple 2-5-1 connection in jazz. This is like simple stuff. Maybe it's simple stuff to you, but it is stuff with somebody who never got into jazz but is interested, never heard before. Maybe we all have some point in our life where we heard something for the first time. So yeah, right. I mean, that's Jacob Collier. How do you say its name? Jacob Collier. But yeah, I mean, he's like amazing. He's sitting there and he's like, I'm pretty sure he made a lot of people aware by how complex harmony can really be, and that most of the stuff he's doing is probably by ear. I mean, he's hearing all these times, and singing all these things, and instantly knows what everything sounds great on playing on these chords, and how to connect this, and then all these opportunities on how to go inside in terms of music in general. So but there are people out there who never heard about like a D minor 7 chord, or that you can play like come up with something like my typical example, like an A flat minor pentatonic on an A major 7 chord, that it sounds very Lydian like when you hit that sharp 4th of the chord. So all these little things. And if you are a studied musician, if you study music, if you just spend 10 years of playing piano or guitar, technically there shouldn't be, I don't know what I should talk about in my videos. This technically shouldn't be a thing. And this is what I'm talking about when I say building your social networks and your personal brand. You're just delivering content on a regular basis. And no matter what you're putting out, there will be a group of interested people. Of course, if you're just, playing a game one day and you're doing the stream of a game you're playing, and then the next time you're just talking about garden work, and then on the next day you're just cleaning your apartment or whatever, and the next time you're talking about chemistry. I mean, eventually at this point you're that kind of not messed up, but in a positive sense, you're such a creative guy that you are already interested again, because you do so many things, and you do it maybe in a funny way. But I mean, it's always important to have we have this target group of being musicians or composers in general. So this is what coming back to that main example. If you have if you want to build a piano course, if you want to build passive income with a piano course, you just sit down, you create this course, you refer to this in your videos. So eventually, or most likely, you will create videos which is aimed towards musicians who play piano, to pianists. So this is what you want to have in your mind when you are coming up with content. And many people, I during the last month, I was talking to probably like 30 composers on Skype and doing sessions. Some of them were like really like 2.5 hours long. And I heard this many times, that people were not sure what to talk about, what to create, and they were thinking too much at this point. The most important thing is that you just keep it going. Just after this video, if you don't have a YouTube channel, just go on and create some and kick out your first video. Just everybody of us got like a camera at home, like a cell phone, so you can just grab your cell phone, 1080p quality of your camera, of your main camera, and just record something, just do something, just put this content out into the world. And if you do that on a regular basis, and this is what I'm talking about currently, I am at just or only, which is actually also a lot too, but like 6,600 or 6,700 YouTube subscribers right now. I'm really focusing towards on getting like maybe 10, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 subscribers in the future. And if you do this on a regular basis, this will happen. Sometimes in a week you will just gain 10. Sometimes you will gain 200. Sometimes you will gain 500. Sometimes you will have like 2 unfollowers or whatever, but it will happen if you keep it on a consistent basis. And yeah, let me just read. Yes, right. So Desmonte, this is what I'm talking about. So continue in a steady subject, like just writing, just sound design, just music production, or mixing. So you could say, what is your goal? What do you want to do? I mean, as I said in our classic example, you're a composer and you're writing music. This is your main income. You're writing licensed music. Maybe you just doing work on a movie once in a while, or you're doing video game music, whatever, or advertising. But then again, you want to have some steady passive income. So what would you do is like building a piano course with, maybe you have a specific attitude towards piano playing. Maybe you developed some kind of a specific style over the years. Maybe you already had people asking you, hey, it's very interesting how you're using diminished for almost everything, because for a lot of chords, and it's just like a half step, whole step. So you find scales which are applicable, or a lot of opportunities where you can put the diminished scale into this. So maybe you want to do a full course about how to develop just playing, to just seeing everything from a Lydian or a diminished approach or a whole tone scale approach or whatever. You can find all kinds of funny ways. I mean, for the guitar players, you remember Alan Holdsworth and his absolute absurd way of having chords, like which sound like a complex, an orchestra or something, but all he had was his 4 fingers on his one hand. But he was just like, he had like this hands, so he was doing all kinds of really, really funny chords, and then he just started tapping like 2 additional or 3 additional notes on this, and this created a lot of attention. And then he released courses because people were interested. If you follow, and I was really fortunate to have Frank Gambale as a guitar teacher, he's into that mad sweeping technique, so people really got interested in that style, so he started teaching. So if you are a pianist and you develop something special, or maybe you just think you have a great way of teaching this to students, to fellow aspiring piano players, just do it and just come up with that course, and just link to that. And so this is your target group. Then your target group is musicians focused towards piano. Maybe somebody offers a great piano course, but I'm a guitar player and I suck at playing keyboard. I can play some lines, some faster stuff. I can play some chords, but if it's like, if I'm trying to compose, it's like a constant like, trying, not doing this, or maybe do this. I don't have a clue sometimes. And maybe there is somebody out there who's just sitting there and saying, I have a concept where you can easily find all kinds of things right at hand, or a fast way to remember or memorize all these things. And yes, you have the circle of fifth, you have all these approaches, but maybe you developed something which makes it a lot of very easy to come up with something. So you just want to create just content, because this is the best advertising option to whatever you want to have to offer in your YouTube description. So what is it? Is it really in this time that when you don't create content in social media, you can't sell your music? I'm not really sure exactly what you mean, but do you want to say that if you just, posted a video every month and then you just have a 1 month break and then you start again, that you can't sell your music at this time? Or what is it that what you're talking about? So the most important thing is that you want to make sure that there is some continuous, some regular thing going on. And I mean, of course, you can sell your music at this time, because your videos are on YouTube. They will be there forever unless you delete them or hide them again, make them private again, or unlisted. And so they will always generate viewers and opportunities to sell your music. So maybe I should dig this up again once more on my channel. I will show you. Let me just find this right away, because there is here. Check this out for a second. Sorry, I have to change my view again. So you can see this right now. Below the statistics here. Sorry. Corona is hitting. No, I'm sorry. This is also very funny when you go shopping and you have some kind of, like a sore throat, like I have all the time. And you sometimes sit there and like something like this. You just cough, let's say naturally. And right in this time, go out and do some shopping. You will get a lot of attention. If you're a musician, you could be really happy about the attention you get when you go shopping and you have like a hit of, like a little bit. No, I have this all the time. But in these times, in these Corona times, it's actually a little bit funny when you just go out there and just like doing this little cough, which you deal with for like 20 years. I can't even count it how long this is happening for me. So what I wanted to show you right now, do you see right now in my top period, let's say 28 days, to make it a little bit more funny, you see that the top video is Epic Music Through the Night featuring Maluka and the Sample Library Era by developed by Eduardo Tarilonte. Look, I'm not really sure if you can see the date when I uploaded this video. You see that it is June 20th, 2012. This was 8 years ago. And this is your top video in this period of the last 28 days. So the video I released on 11th of March, this is like, it has been roughly like, not really like 2 weeks ago this happened. It's already a top, with the 687 views on top 2. But on top 1, it's a video from 2012. So I hope this answers your question, that when you want to, that you are worried about that you don't sell music when you are eventually like away for like 2 months or something, or a month. Yes, it will happen. Of course, your attention, let's say the detection of the YouTube algorithm will, you will be, how do you say, you won't create a lot of attention anymore. So of course you will lose viewers, and you will lose, watch time and everything. And maybe some people unsubscribe because, he didn't publish anything for like 2 months. So maybe I'm not following that person anymore. But if you do some cool content, and as I said, I mean, that back then I was doing, this is some opportunity I was detecting back then, or realizing another topic. But when I was doing sample library demo tracks to that time, I realized I wanted to come up with something special. I didn't want to just, this is the library track, this is the library, and that's it. I just wanted to put something special into my demos. and maybe some unexpected parts that somebody would write on Facebook. Wow, I didn't expect this. And then somebody else sees the demo, sees that comment, and just decides to listen to the track. And back then, there was this time when Maluka recorded. If you are familiar with Skyrim, if you know Maluka, she was doing that. The main title, the main theme of Skyrim back then with an acoustic guitar. It's a very capturing video. It's very, very cool, very beautiful. She has a very beautiful voice. And then she was sitting there playing with her acoustic guitar. The quality of the video is not really that good. It is just like a little bit blurry, but she was blowing it. She was totally, fascinating. You were sitting afterwards and like stunning, like. And to that time, a little bit afterwards, I decided to contact her and ask her, hey, would you willing to sing on a video? It's not like, like a paid gig or anything. I'm doing this also for free, this track. It's for a sample library. I can try to get you a copy. I will talk to Eduardo. Maybe he makes this possible. It was not a problem. She said yes. And within like a few days, she delivered me like a one take. She was just singing through that once. She was, I was writing also the lyrics, and then she also shared it to her community, and her community is like very big compared to mine. It's just like a giant. So I remember on this day, a lot happened on my YouTube channel, and to be honest, when you said that, when you mentioned that right now with some downtime, when you're not providing content, not too long ago, maybe in like 2017 or 2018, I started to get on YouTube regular again. I already started back then in like 2003, 2005, and I continuously went to a specific point, but then I just had a drop for like a few years, and I wasn't able to just focus on doing tutorials. And I was really on that, I wasn't really paying attention to social networking in this. And then at some point I started, man, I'm just missing it, missing all these, doing these videos. And I just realized that going for video in general, which is the best thing you could do when it comes to marketing or building your personal brand, video is the best thing you can do. So everything connected to to video, so Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and even TikTok. TikTok is crazy. If you've ever been on TikTok and you see that there are some girls just dancing or just doing like a sync video, like dubbing somebody. There is like a maybe like a famous singer, and they do a funny video on top, or some comedian speaking something, and they do this funny video on top, self-recorded video. Some of these people have millions of followers. And the great thing you can do is from TikTok account, you can link to your Instagram, and I think also to your YouTube channel. So you are closing that gap, So maybe you're getting like a few 100,000 subscribers on TikTok, who will all visit your YouTube channel, and then they eventually sign up for a free lesson of your upcoming course. This is this is the strategy you have to follow. These are the things. Maybe you're recording a video on YouTube, and then you just take some video editing software and just cutting out like a 15 or 30-second snippet and put it on Instagram. So you don't have to come up with new content for every platform. You can just multiply that content. If you just record one YouTube video, you could do like a picture, like a snippet, and put it on Twitter. You could also even upload the video on Twitter. Then you could upload a snippet to Instagram, and then you can all lead to a specific landing page. And this is like the next thing I would love talking about for a second. A lot of people just refer to their artist website, but I think it's not really the best way to refer to your artist website, especially when you have a header. Everybody's taking care that there is a lot of like a big picture of your last project, your credits, maybe your album is always on top or something. Buy it here, But how about a sign up form, like people leaving their name and their email address? and in return they can download something for free you have to offer, maybe a free lesson to your piano course. And you don't even need to do that. You don't even need to do that on your artist main page. You can have a dedicated landing page. Maybe it could be a page of, there is a lot of services if you are interested. There is lead pages. There is also, like when you go to, when you have an email service provider where you can send emails from, for example, ConvertKit, they have a landing page builder inside, which is basically a tiny little website, like a micro website, but not with entire content or tracks to upload or a biography or whatever. It's just there for someone to get on that page, to visit that page, and have a little sign up form saying, hey, you can leave your email and your name and you get something in return. Everything what is distracting the viewer is not on there. Just this email form. Yeah, you're welcome. Seriously, I'm doing my best. So I decided to do this, little session to just talk about all kinds of things which will be helpful, because many of us just sitting at home and don't know maybe what to do. And I'm not saying this to be prepared for the next virus coming along, but right now it is just the most important time to realize that I'm not a fan of saying, oh shit, if I have put more effort into building my social networks. But as an example, if you would have like 100 or 200,000 followers right now, you would have no problem to survive. You would have no problem to make money if you would do a video regularly one day. If you're probably all familiar with Rick Beato, and he's doing a lot of videos. He's analyzing Beatle videos, even metal track. I remember he was analyzing a Periphery song, and he was just talking about some rhythmic figure, but some odd signatures, signature stuff. And I think one time he had Eric Johnson, the guitar player, in his studio, and he's always, I would watch every video, and I'm pretty sure that Rick can make a living from just his videos. And at least he's selling a little book. I think he's also selling a few courses. You can find that on the video description down below in this stuff. And and he's really, he makes this impression like you just want to hang out with that guy. You just want to go to a club and just sit on the bar, and talk about music all night. Or even if you don't want, this is actually one thing I have to admit I hate. When I get together with composers, I definitely don't want to talk about music. I don't care what plugins they use or what it's always, there is a phase where you talk about a little bit of exchanging a few tricks or hints, and somebody discovered something and we share it with all of us. But if I would hang out with like 10 composers, the last thing I want to do is talk about music. I want to talk about all of if you go out and partying, you just want to go partying and not talk about plugins. Who cares about what compressor everyone is using if you know how to use it, And then somebody tells, yeah, I tried this compressor, it's so much better. Yeah, maybe it could be, but then you can meet in the studio. So, but I'm not really sure why I'm getting to this. Yes, Adam Neely. He's really cool too. He's doing a lot of stuff. Very informative, very well. He's of course, it's his mother language, so he's able to express himself on a very high standard. And I love watching, especially these two guys. I love watching their channels, and but you can see, there is not like a special topic they talk about. They don't talk about, let's say, 7-string guitars. They talk about all kinds of music, and the same as I forgot his name of that UK guy. The guy from the UK is talking about the music business. Maybe you guys know already, but yeah, maybe but. I just forgot. I'm totally distracted by that name. I don't know. But the most important thing is that you just contribute to the platform. And if you do that on a regular basis, the YouTube algorithm will kick you up. And you will get a lot of free advertising platform. If you're familiar with Gary Vee, he's like talking about how overpriced advertising on TV is because everybody, I'm not really sure if I would just spend, if I would spend like, I mean, not like an example of like me, but maybe somebody else with like 100,000 followers or 200,000 followers on YouTube. I'm not really sure how many people's, how much attention that person will gather if he's doing like a month of videos or just paying a TV station for advertising, paying them for like, $100,000 or $50,000 for a TV spot during whatever time. And I mean, if you know the Super Bowl, which is probably only sense making, as Gary Wee said, it's probably the most sense making time where people really watch TV and pay attention because of the breaks and whatever. So that's why you see all these unique. But I'm not really sure. I mean, some of these cost like, I think what did he say? Like they blew like a budget of 5 million for like this is the cost to just broadcast your spot at this time. I'm not really sure. I made something. Was it Nathan? I'm not really sure. I mean, I could just check for a second. Music producer from the UK. I'll probably run no, I don't. But if I hear the name, yeah, I probably no, but it wasn't any of these. Well, we get to it probably. So just send some more questions or so if you have anything. Otherwise, I would just talk a little bit about let's talk about Bill Murray Band. Thanks for following. Let's talk about lead generation. How do you do the lead generation, for example? Lead generation is basically a topic where you say lead is somebody who recently or right now signed up to your mailing list. This is a lead. And lead generations obviously is how you can get the most people into your mailing list. And hey there, how are you? So talk about this lead generation. The best option, as I said before, is using something for free. You probably heard the term lead magnet. Now, this is something which is called basically an item or like a document or a free video lesson. You can in exchange for someone's email address, you can then let them you can send to them. So I can just pop up for a second my website, which I have recently redone, and I did something similar like this. So when you go here and there is like a course, or sorry, I just have change the screen. So this is my website, and I just tried to do a little bit of a my website. So you can see that I don't have not that much stuff going on here, but you can see that what I have to offer, and I have my credits and who I am and my Discord channel, even everything here, my social networks, my video game credits, my blog posts, my the artists I have worked with, and so on my Patreon account. I got it all on my website. So I don't have people, click around a lot. They get all this information on the landing page right here. So, but when somebody clicks courses, and I'm currently working on this, I have this going on. There is nothing on my website right now on this landing page which could distract the user. All it says that if you're interested to build your personal brand, that you're able to promote yourself across the internet the right way, because as I mentioned before, we are all basically doing it the wrong way by, hey, check out my new music, check out my new album. You want to buy my new album? Nobody cares. So, but if you use a simple sign-up form and letting someone know exactly what they will be getting, like a worksheet, a 30% discount from the sample library store, and additionally receive a 15% discount of the sales price of this audio artist 3 course. People will sign up for this. And this is what you call lead generation in a mild sense, by just offering a freebie, And there are several options out there you can do this. And if you know me for a little bit, I tried all kinds of different things. If you also know my sample library store, the other thing you could do is just, if somebody signs up, you send them like a 20 or 30% off discount. Let me just switch again here. To the store, like a 30% off discount to the store. And it's, I think, valid for like a week or something. You could do this. You could also use some. I tried this, and this was very effective to come up with a spin wheel. Eventually, you have a store. It also works for if you have a course to sell, whatever you have to sell. If you have merch or whatever, just be creative. That you can have a spin the wheel, where somebody turns a wheel to get like a discount. Maybe they get like a 10% discount. Maybe they get like a 30% discount. And then people have to sign up to get this discount, and then they have to use it within like 15 minutes or something. So this is not here by to create, some kind of manipulative stuff. So just buy something in the next 15 minutes or something. But it's just, it just creates some mild pressure. Somebody have won something, so you can, just make it or got the chance to win a 50% off discount. But now you have 15 minutes to decide what you want to get. So this is also very effective. Imposter syndrome. Let's get to this in a second. And Desmonte, did I do the website by myself? Yes and no. So actually, the service I'm using, and I decided to sign up with this service. I don't want to, make too much promotion, but I'm happy to always share a lot of helpful stuff. This has been built on Kajabi, and if you Google for Kajabi, which is written like Kajabi, it's a course platform. Actually, it's written like this. And you can build a website. You have landing pages available on this. It also has an implemented, let's say, email service provider where you can write emails to subscribers. It also has a blog. It has a course section. It got all these things, and it's sort of expensive if you think about it. The cheapest version is $149 a month, which is actually very expensive if you think like this. But if you think, what do you pay for your website server? What do you pay for specific plugins you're using on your website? What are you paying for a course platform if you want to build courses? What do you pay for an email service provider? What do you pay for your blog? Of course, you can do it all for free on your WordPress page, but I'm annoyed. I'm a little bit annoyed by WordPress because you can do it for free, and then you change something, you mess up your database. Then maybe you change the layout, and the developer or the how do you say, like that person offering you that new, maybe you buy it on ThemeForest. They promise you got it set up for 3 minutes. This is not true. If you need at least 3 days to get your website going, and then most of the time there is a lot of issues going on. Then you upload plugins. So I just want one service where you can do everything in one bit. So with Kajabi, I have the option of having my course up there, but I could also offer a free video course and will have automated emails sent these. So I will send out that free video course soon for you guys. So I will set this up. If somebody is interested, they can watch let's say a 3-part email course, and then they will also get emails before that and afterwards. Of course, there's a little of strategy going on, like you're closing that offer at one point. There is just 72 hours left, and then write like 20 or 12 hours before. So you have to do this at least once or twice to let somebody know, hey, this is my offer right now, because you also need some time to take care about the people who are inside this course right now. And you want to take this time. So you don't want to have like 1,000 people signing up right now and then you're completely overwhelmed. So you have to close this thing at one point. And right. So this is the option I was actually, having my blog. I can tell you I have my blog, had my blog, or still have my blog, but I want to move it to this platform on WordPress.com because I wanted to host it, but I didn't want to deal with all the plugins. And it's the business platform where you can use plugins and all these things. It's like 25 or 30 bucks a month. So you pay like 300 a year for just your blog. Then you have your website. I had it before on, I think, Lead Pages or also WordPress. This additionally cost 30 to 40 bucks. Also, I was using Lead Pages so far as a landing page designer, which is currently, I think, 37 in the option I have. Then I have ConvertKit as an email service provider. I'm currently paying 79 euros for this, $79. So it adds up. It adds up a lot. And if you have this service all in under, let's say under one roof, you have all these services by the same developer, it makes a lot of sense, Yeah, sure. No pressure to stay, and you can all catch it up on YouTube later. Yeah, stay healthy too, Tom, and see you around. So, right. So you want to use for lead generation, you want to lose all these things, and of course, if you know me a little bit, I've run a few contests during the last weeks, because I had the opportunity of a lot of developers approaching me and say, hey, why don't you do a stream about our library and, talk a little bit about it, and I said, why don't we turn this a little bit around and I do the stream and also do a giveaway for that library. And of course you collect. And I'm not a guy who's sending out spam. I most likely send out an email once a week, and I just mostly fill it with either like the winner of that library, but also as a thank you for all the people who signed up. I'm sending out some, let's say like a 50 or a 60% off coupon code, a discount code for my store, or I'm sending them a free opportunity to sign up for I did like a free email business course. We're talking a little bit of a few strategies, what to do when you want to make some, build some passive income. And so all these things. So you can actually create a lot of leads or email subscribers with these things like this Wheel of Fortune stuff, or these discounts, these giveaways, and all these. So I'm just reading this from my course website, because this thing, what we are talking about basically right now for like around 2 hours, is dealing with all of these things we talk about in all details. I will make use of ConvertKit, which is actually a great email service provider you could use to build your mailing list. I will use this. There is also a free version available. By the way, I just should do this for a second, because I can send you a link. So just in case, if you're interested to have a sneak peek in building an email list, I can send you a little link, and it's not an affiliate link in this sense, but it's where is it? Oh, here, refer link. Here is it. So if I just post this here. Yes. So ConvertKit recently started. We can also check out the website for a second here. I'm sorry, I'm hiding my browser sometimes, because recently, when you do beta testing, sometimes you have like a browser window open which shows some stuff which shouldn't be on a live stream. It's not about hiding porn links or something. So, but just quickly showing you this, because why? And also, I'm a lover of building an email list and lists. And the thing is, why you just say in times of YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, why it would be important to build an email list? And you can answer this with just one. Yes, update my NVIDIA drivers. I already did. I can tell you, I already did. And I already got Doom Eternal. I'm probably further than you are, so somewhere in the game. So, but coming back to the topic, why do I love email service providers or building an email list? You could simply say one thing. Do you remember MySpace? And most of you probably say, yes, we remember MySpace, but you probably already forgot about this because there's nothing going on actually on this platform. Well, maybe something is going on again. I don't know really. I didn't check it. But why didn't I check it? Because it just went down somewhere, and at some point it was just, I think, purchased by Justin Timberlake, I think, invested in this platform, but I didn't really follow it. It was just like dead for a few years or for a few months. And I'm not saying that this could happen to Instagram or Facebook, but there could be still server outage. There is this algorithm thing going on Facebook, especially. We get to that in a moment, but just think for a second, if something would happen like this, like this virus right now, and Facebook had to go down. I mean, even YouTube already announced somewhere at the top in your creators panel that eventually videos get deleted which are not related to something, violent or showing some violence or, pornographic material or whatever, could be taken off because people are not there who could validate this on manually. So imagine more people can't work for Facebook or whatever, and then there's some server outage for like 3 days, right happening at the time when you are about to promote your new, let's say, piano course. So this is and your email subscriber list will always be there as long as you have internet connection. Your entire list of subscribers probably fits into like a 500 kilobyte CSV file. So you always, as long as if you have access to an email service provider, in this example ConvertKit, you can you always have access to the people, and you can send them an email right to the computer, right into their studio. If you write a post to 1,000 people on your Facebook friend list, you probably reach maybe 100, maybe 50, depending on the algorithm, depending on the time, whatever. With an email list, if you have like 1,000 people on your subscriber list and you write them an email, they get it right into you get it right delivered to their studio, right on their cell phone. They just have to open it and click it. If they open Facebook, I'm doubting that that like all the 1,000 people you're connected with see your video or your post because of the Facebook algorithm. So if you sign up for, if you want to check it out, ConvertKit is free. And the cool thing is why I posted that link right now in the chat is because if you sign up with that chat, you can manage additionally 100 subscribers for free. You don't have access to the complex automation, but all I can say to you is that most people probably know MailChimp, but to be honest, MailChimp is the worst thing you can use because it's really complicated when it comes to automation, tagging people later on, putting them into segmentation that where people signed up. Even if you want to create like 2 or 3 sign up links or lists differently, MailChimp is really chaotic. The only reason why everyone goes with MailChimp, it's because the most known platform. You can have up to 2,000 subscribers for free, and it looks beautiful. Actually, if you just check out the platform, it looks really stylish and really beautiful. But to use it, it's really, really annoying. It's really frustrating. I had an account there. I just tried to set everything up for like a few days. I got into tutorials and all these things. It actually confuses you so much with the most easiest things you can do. And ConvertKit is actually, I tried a lot more like Drip, ActiveCampaign, and all these things. But this program is really great for building your mailing list. Okay, so I don't want to sound like a salesman, so I'm just closing this right now. And But that is one reason why building an email list is so important, because it gets really powerful. No matter what social network will go down sooner or later, you will still have the opportunity to send it and to send out emails. And if you build this thing to like 20 or 50,000 people on your list, which will happen at some point, then it really becomes powerful. And you have to realize that, of course, a lot of people are there for the free stuff. Maybe some people are just there for the giveaways you did. But there is always a percentage which is interested, which signed up because who signed up, who are really interested in what you have to offer. And it's definitely way more powerful than any social network out there. Yes. Yeah, right. Especially, I mean, MailChimp is really confusing. It makes sense if you just want to send out a broadcast email, which basically means a broadcast email to just send out an email you manually send out to all your subscribers. So if you just have, let's say, a sample library store and you have like, whatever, 500 people on there, and you eventually want to send out, hey, I released a new library, then MailChimp is totally cool, totally enough. But if you have a blog and you offer specific things to download for people or to sign up for specific topics, for different topics, then it becomes really, really cluttered and really chaotic to handle. And ConvertKit is really, really easy to use. You can just, it's so intuitive. You just get into it. You just see these 5 spots on the top. You have the automation. You have your subscriber list. You have email sequences. You can automatically send out emails like every week and stuff like this. So it makes a lot of sense to just check it out. And it's free. And it's just, I think, the next version, which makes a lot of sense, which has all the professional stuff going on, it's like 29 euros. So if you, for example, you have one product which is like 9 or 19 or even 49 euros, assuming you are that piano player and wants to build a course and to get subscribers to your course, I mean, you can make 49 euros with one course. So of course then you can pay 29 once a month to have your email list. Okay. So yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff right now, and actually I'm already here for like 2 hours. So I think I will definitely continue this during this time, when we all have to think a little bit about, building opportunities and we get this. So I think we should call it a day for now. And thanks for being there, everyone. I would say call it a day for now. Maybe have another chat maybe this week. I'm not really sure. Definitely next week again. So I will do it regularly from now on. And once this album is finished and hopefully released soon, I will have more time. And then there will be, also a bunch of videos and other things going on. So yeah, thank you for being here. And I would just call it a day too. If you have questions, hop over to my website and just hit me up, contact me, or, via my YouTube or whatever. I think you find me on the web. I could just leave my website on down here just in case if you didn't check the link, if you didn't get the link. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Also, I would be happy if you just, check my website. You find also my Discord channel. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can get like individual, hangouts like Skype, 30-minute videos where you can talk, not 30-minute videos, like a video meeting where we can talk, and many more things to come. Hit me up. And otherwise, I would say stay safe. I hope the virus makes a big, curve around where you live, and I hope it won't be affecting too many people and too many, working careers out there. It already did enough. So stay careful, wash your hands, be safe, and I would say see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.